What up, Richard Timbers here. Now, here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films coming out this week or TV, whether it be streaming, dear, etc. All right. Now, here's the films coming out. All right. Now, the big ones out. We got Challengers. Now, this is of course directed by Luca Guadagnino, who of course gave us "Call Me by Your Name," Bones and All. Really good director there. And this stars Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Face, who was really good in West Side Story. Like, Mike Face is not really like a household name or anything. And when West Side Story came out, everyone was always raving about like Ansel Elgort or Rachel Zegler or Maria Dibos, which hey, they were good. Don't get me wrong, but Mike Face was pretty solid in that show. It's a shame he got sort of overlooked by by the other talents on board there. But he does look great in this. I mean, if you guys don't know much about the story in this, Tashley Duncan, a former tennis prodigy turned coach, is married to a champion on a losing streak. Her strategy for her husband's redemption takes a surprising turn when he must face off against his former best friend, Natasha's former boyfriend. And the trailers for this have looked really decent. Looks really interesting. I mean, of course this movie was supposed to come out last year, but got delayed because of strike. So I'm glad that this is finally coming. So I'm definitely looking forward to check out when it premieres. All right. We also got a faith-based movie called Unsung Hero, which is based on a true story. And the film follows a small-born family of which Rebecca, stage name Rebecca St. James, and Joe and Luke Smallborn. Uh, the son is actually directing this, by the way. Of the four kings and queens, become Christian recording artists. Now it does star Joe Smallborn, who also directs this, Daisy Betts. You also got Jonathan Jackson, Kenneth Cameron Burr, Terry O'Quinn. Got some interesting cast members. The trailer for this has looked really decent. I'm not really much of a Christian music guy or anything like that, but I do love a good true story film, and I'm intrigued to see this when it opens. So it could be interesting. All right, we also got the film Boy Kills World, which is a new action movie starring Bill Skarsgård, Jessica Rothe, Michelle Dockery, Shanta Copley, Brett Gelman, Isaiah Mustafa, and here's what it's about. When his family is killed, a deaf man named Boy escapes to the jungle where he is trained by a mysterious mentor to enact vengeance on the murders. And the trailers for this has looked a lot of fun. Looks pretty entertaining. Uh, some really cool cast members like Bill Skarsgård looks great in this. Of course, you got Jessica Rothe, who's always terrific. So I'm really intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. All right. Also out on Disney Plus, we got now these are some stuff coming to streaming. Not a lot to streaming this week, but we got Disney Nature's Tiger, which I actually just saw on Disney Plus. Really good film there. Of course, I actually saw this on Earth Day because Earth Day is the perfect time to release to watch a film like this. And it's narrated by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. The film will lift the veil of our planet's most revered and charismatic animal, inviting viewers to journey alongside Ember, a young tigress raising her cubs in the fabled forest in India. And really charming. Who does not love tigers? They're always some really fierce creatures, and it's a really decent one if you guys haven't seen it. I mean, if you love tigers, highly recommend watching this. All right, on Shudder, we got a film called Infested, where Caleb, who's about to turn 30 and has never been lonelier. He's fighting with his sister over a matter of inheritance and has cut ties with his best friend. Now, this is directed by Sebastian Vaneke, who, if that name sounds familiar, it's because he was also chosen to direct the next Evil Dead film. So I'll probably watch this just see how good he'll be at directing that Evil Dead one. I mean, it looks pretty creepy. Another spider-based horror film. Following Sting, so it could be interesting to check out. All right, now film coming to limited release this week and Shutter, in the summer, is Humane, starring Jay Baruchel, Emily Hampshire, Peter Gallagher, and it takes place over one day and mere months after a global ecological collapse. has forced world leaders to take extreme measures to reduce the Earth's population. A recently retired newsman enlists in the nation's new internet program. Now, this is actually directed by the daughter of David Cronenberg. So, I mean, it's really cool to see his kids really get into the directing business. Um, and the trailer for this had looked really creepy. Looks intriguing, so I'm all for it. All right. Oh, we also got a film titled Bloodline Killer, which stars Shawnee Smith. Of course, you might know her from from the Saw franchise, along with Tyrese Gibson and Bruce Dern. Marla Cole's life is shattered following the slaying of her loved ones by her unhinged and fixated cousin, Lee Morris, together with her two grown sons, who are impacted by the tragedy, now lives a simple and quiet suburban life. However, Maura is reminded of the painful memories every October as her story was optioned into a successful film series. And so, yeah, so I don't know. This sounds like be really intriguing. I mean, who does not love a good slasher-based film? Shawnee Smith is always really good, so I'm all for it. Check this one out. All right, we also got Cinderella's Cinderella's Revenge, where Cinderella is pushed too far by her stepsisters and stepmother, which causes her to abandon her glass slippers and ask her fairy godmother for help seeking bloody revenge. And so, yeah, of course, this is a Cinderella horror film. There's actually two coming, this and another one down the pipeline. And yes, Cinderella is obviously in public domain. And also, obviously, this does not take place in the same universe as the Pooniverse. So don't expect to see this because it takes place in the same universe. But hey, I'm all for this. Seeing Cinderella just slay people, sign me up right there. You of course got Natasha Henstridge, which is always great. So yeah, sign me up with this one. All right, we also got a film that actually just premiered on DVD this week, and that's called Downtown Owl. This is directed by American Horror Story actress Lily Rabe, as well as Hamish Linklater. And if you guys don't know much about the story in this, it takes place in 1983 in the fictional town of Owl, North Dakota. The story centers around three entangled connected residents, Horace, an old man who spends his afternoon reminiscing better times from the past at a local coffee shop, Mitch, a depressed high school backup quarterback, and Julia, an English teacher at the local high school who recently moved to Owl, whose lives, along with with those of the town's other residents, are appended by a White House blizzard. Now it features the likes of Ed Harris, Vanessa Hudgens, Jack Dylan Grazer, Henry Golding, Finn Ritrock, and the trailer for this looks really intriguing. I like the cast involved. Um, look being like definitely getting a little bit of a Fargo vibe here at times, maybe because of winter vibe, but it could be interesting to check out. All right, what's got film titled "The Moon and Back" here. Now it stars Isabel May, who you might know from Young Sheldon fame, along with Missy Pyle, Molly Jackson, PJ Byrne. A high school senior, Lydia Gilbert, feels lost after her father's death until she discovers a space opera script written by him. Equipped with a VHS camera and pocket change, she decides to honor her dad and make a script a reality. And the trailer for this looks really decent. I mean, I'm glad to see Isabel May really branching out and getting more opportunities. Especially if you guys remember, she was supposed to star with KJ Apa as the Wonder Twins for DC, but that got scrapped. Still, this does like be really interesting to check out. Of course, Isabel May was also in that 1922 I think it's 1917 the Yellowstone spinoff. So I don't know. This could be a train check out too. All right, we also got a film titled The King Tide, which stars Clayne Crawford from who was of course on Fox's Lethal Weapon. along with Aiden Young, Francis Fisher, and Law John Carstesi, who's also on Chucky. Like this season, she's playing like the first lady. And here's what's about. After a child with mysterious powers washes ashore their elite island village, the once peaceful community devolves into civil war, torn over the ballet that the child is the next saber. And I don't know, this could be intriguing. Clint Crawford, he's not really much of a big name star, but I think ever since like the whole incident on the set of Lethal Weapon, his career tumbled just a little bit. Uh, but hey, I still always quite liked him as Riggs on Lethal Weapon, so always cool seeing him when he pops up and stuff. So I don't know, this could be a train check out. All right, also out now for the for the record of longest title I've ever seen here. This is a title. I kid you not. This is the full title. The feeling that the time for doing something has passed. That's the actual full title there. And here's now the film is produced by Sean Baker, who gave us like the Florida Project, Red Rocket. By the way, I'm looking forward to check out that new film he has. I think it's called Honora, which is coming to which is set to premiere at Cannes. They dropped a photo of that of Mikey Madison, and I'm really excited to see that one. But anyway, uh, now here's what the film's about. An emotionally detached young Brooklyn Knight drifts through remarkable days and nights. Neither neither her on again or I kid you not BDMS relationship with a Molly disinterested old Don, nor her nondescript corporate job appear to bring any satisfaction. So yeah, I'm not. I don't know if I'm more than interested in that. I mean, I like Sean Baker. I'll watch anything he directs, but this I'm probably not interested in seeing. We also got a film titled Break. The film follows Eli, early 20s, as he juggles two jobs, tries to take care of his sister and relationship. A series of unexpected events introduces him to the world of Detroit pool, where he learns his absent father was once a Detroit pool horror legend. So, of course, it's pretty much a pool-based movie. I mean, you don't really see many pool films out there, so it's always cool seeing different sport getting to shine. I mean, we always see so many football movies, baseball movies, basketball films. Don't really get much pool movies. Like I cannot name 10 pool movies out there. So it's always cool seeing more other sports type stuff. All right. We also got a film titled Nowhere Special. Nowhere Special is stars James Norton and Daniel Lamont and set in Northern Ireland. The story follows John, a single parent to 40-year-old Michael, who must make arrangement for the care of his son when he is faced with a reality of terminal illness. And that looks like it'd be really interesting. I mean, it looks very touching. James Norton, I've seen him pop up in stuff like the Little Woman movie that Greg Gerwig directed. I think he's a pretty cool actor, so always nice to see him doing more stuff here. All right, we also got a film titled Brave, which stars Eliza Jennifer Hudson, Mila Jovovich, uh, Quinvanche Wallace, who was, of course, Annie in 2014, Common, and Sam Warrington. The film is set in a world where oxygen levels on Earth have dropped, making it impossible to live on the planet's surface without specialized equipment. And I saw the trailer for that. I don't know. It doesn't look all that interesting. I mean, I like Jennifer Hudson, but this really feels like a paycheck for Jennifer Hudson. So, I mean, seriously, Jennifer Hudson is much better actress than this. Like seriously, I mean, she won an Oscar for Dreamgirls. She was a Cats. So, although I will say, even though Cats was one of the worst things I've ever seen, Jennifer Hudson was a better part about that movie. So, like, even if Jennifer Hudson isn't a bad film, she's still good in it. So I have no doubt she's probably good in this, but doesn't look all that good. Anyway, speaking of actors, vying for a paycheck, we got a movie titled Cash Out, directed by Randall Emmett and starring John Travolta, Kristen Davis, Sean Astin, Quavo, tempted by what could be his biggest score ever, professional thief Mason joins forces with his younger brother to rob a bank. However, when the heist goes AWOL, the thieves find themselves trapped inside, surrounded by SWAT teams, the FBI, and Interpol. Things get more tense when Mason eventually talks to the lead negotiator, his former lover. And you also got Kristen Davis from Sex and the City fame. This is directed by Randall Emmett, who directed like not so good Bruce Willis movies like Midnight in the Switchgrass, Fortress, Out of Depth. Let me just say what I'm just gonna say. John Travolta. I I think he needs a comeback. It's such a shame to see. John Travolta was always so iconic with stuff like Grease, Saturday Night Fever. He had a great comeback with Pulp Fiction, but then he stumbled again with Battlefield Earth. Now lately, I mean, with Gotti, Cash Out, that Mobland movie I saw last year. I don't know what is it with John Travolta. Like just doing some of these quick paycheck movies. They're not all that great. So it's a shame. I mean, Quentin Tarantino has a fine film coming out, so fingers crossed. Quentin Tarantino gives John Travolta a role in there. There's rumors about him coming back for Face Off 2. We just had a Nicolas Cage Assance. It's time for a John Travolta Assance, But we'll see. He'll never have a John Travolta Assance if he continues doing these movies like these. But I mean, of course, he also did that Fanatic movie with Devon Sawa a couple years ago too. Oh my god, need a paycheck, I guess. All right, now that's all the films coming out. A couple of TV shows we have out this week. The Big Door Prize season 2, which is of course coming to Apple, starring Chris O'Dowd. Dumb the Scare coming to Prime Video. Of course, this is the second season of that 2021 series. Dumb has nothing to do with the Spire film, by the way. This is where like Detective Don Reeve investigates a gruesome murder of a foster home mother in 1990s LA. So of course the actress who was in like this actually has some of the same cast from the first season, so playing different characters. So I don't know, this gonna be interesting to see season 2 here. And plus you've got Newman from Seinfeld's also in this, so we'll more yes. We also got Dead Boy Detectives coming to Netflix, where two teen ghosts work alongside a clairvoyant to solve mysteries for their supernatural client until a powerful witch complicates their plans. And the trailer for this actually looks a lot of fun. Of course, this is set in the same world as the Sandman, so there's that. Based on a book by Neil Gaiman. This was, of course, supposed to be an HBO Max original, but that got axed from Max, and now it's coming to Netflix. So, I don't know, this could be interesting to check out. I mean, it'll hold us until the next season of Sandman, that's for sure. All right, on Hulu, we've got Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi story, coming to Hulu, which chronicles 4 entire decades of the iconic rock band Bon Jovi. I'm excited for this. I love Bon Jovi. Who doesn't love Bon Jovi, right? I always love a good music doc, so I'm all for checking this one out when it premieres. All right. We also got Velma returning for season 2, which I'm not really that interested in, but I saw some Twitter reactions from some very reliable sources, and they're saying that season 2 is improvement over the first season. So I'll take their word for it, but I know there are lots of naysayers who are hating it because of the obvious reasons. That's not the reason why I hate it. I mean, if you want to race swap the Scooby Gang, I'm all for it. But don't change their personality. Like they made Fred into like such a douchebag. They made Shaggy into I mean into God knows what. I mean Shag's not all that like the Shag's not all that likable. Daphne is just like too much of a mean girl. They really changed their personalities. Like I'm cool if you change the race swap, but not the personalities. Like seriously, people. But last but not least, premiering this week is of course Knuckles, coming to Paramount Plus, where Knuckles the Echidna teaches Deputy Wade Whipper the techniques of the Echidna the Akina Warrior, and I'm excited for this. The previews for this has looked a lot interesting. I love Sonic. The Sonic movie was a lot of fun, so I'm definitely looking forward to check out this one in premieres. It looks really interesting to check out. But that's pretty much it there. Let me know you guys. Which of these films or series are you excited for? Are you excited for Challengers, Knuckles, Boy Kills World, Drop Passport? Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simi signing off.